Cheers. Hi everyone. So I'm here with my good friend Dawn, and this episode was inspired by one of my lives, and I was talking to them about like dating, my dating life, and like we were chit-chatting, and they were like, oh my god, like this should be your next podcast episode. Because like I feel like a lot of people have dealt with like getting out of a long-term relationship, not just that, but also like the dating pool, and they feel like they don't know what they're doing wrong, what they're doing right. But it's gonna be like not your usual dating advice that I want us to talk about. Because I feel like a lot of people relate a lot to our personal experiences and what we take from it. And so yeah, I'm so excited for Dawn. Dawn, introduce herself. Do like a little introduction.
I'm so shy, guys. I've actually been. This is on your regular channel, or it's on a different channel?
It's on my regular channel.
Okay, I've been on this channel before, but I'm still shy because this is the first time that I'm like sitting down to do a talk down. I feel like never. So hey, I'm Dawn. I don't know what else to say. I'm a creative, as we all are. I make jewelry. I teach yoga. I'm in beauty marketing, and yeah, and I date. So we're gonna talk about dating.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna plug all of Dawn's socials and contact info in the bio of Spotify and YouTube as well, if you guys are interested. I was gonna do the drink of the episode was gonna be
French 75.
Yes, a French 75. But they offered us these like really cute Halloween seasonal drinks. I got the black Manhattan, and
this is. He just said orange, no? Or did he?
Yeah, it was like orange.
Well, it has like carrot, ginger, and gin. We should still get another drink though. This is
for sure. Okay. For sure. Oh my god, yeah. So in this live, I mentioned to my followers, I was like, I had to learn, and I mentioned this to you before, you know, spending my entire 20s in a relationship, I didn't know what dating was. I didn't know how to do it. And a lot of what I expected dating to be was from movies and from like, it's so stupid to say, but like from books and stuff like that. And, you know, after 7 years of being in that relationship, when I heard women say like, oh my God, like dating is so ghetto, like it's so frustrating. I didn't understand what that meant. Because when you're in the outside looking in, when you're in the outside looking in, is that
when you're in the inside looking out?
I think so.
I think, yeah. Because you were inside the relationship.
Yes. It just kind of like, it just felt a little trivial. It felt a little like, oh, just girl feelings. But I realized soon enough that wasn't the case. So when you got out of yours, which I know like it was some time ago, like did you feel the same way of like getting back in there?
Like in the dating?
Yeah.
That it was ghetto?
Yeah, like you didn't realize, like you were so, I'm asking you if you were so wrapped up in your relationship, whether good, bad, whatever, that you didn't realize that how other humans were different and interacting with them and the dating scene and the frequency and getting to know someone all over again.
Yeah, I think for both of us, we started dating the people that we were dating when we were in college. So the person that we were when we got in the relationship, plus when we got out of the relationship was also so different. And I think the things that I was dating for when I started dating my ex were not the things that I was dating for or looking for in a partner or just like someone to get to know once I got out of the relationship. But I didn't necessarily know that until I started doing it.
Yeah.
So I think like similar to you, I got out of a relationship. I got into a relationship thinking that you're just supposed to like fall in love and, you know, like you really liked it and everything else and you're like together. So when I got out of a relationship, I think because also my ex and I was so similar and so close, like we were like best friends. Like I expected that to kind of be the norm
and be easy to find.
Not easy to find necessarily. I mean, we live in New York, so like kind of, yeah, I'm like, oh, like there's a bunch of like creative people and like
in the sea or
people
whatever
who will like, you know, vibe with me because there's so many different types of people here.
Yeah.
And yeah, it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be to meet people. I think like I didn't realize that I was emotionally unavailable when I came out of a relationship to start, like for a while. Like by the time that I decided that I wanted to start dating, I think I was still emotionally unavailable and I didn't realize that yet. That like, it wasn't because I hadn't healed or anything. But I do think like maybe I think when you break up with someone and you've been with them for a long time, once you break up, you realize how much of yourself you were giving away, and you didn't even realize that you were giving that much of yourself away. So when you're finally single again and you have time to like get back to the gym and your routines and like find new hobbies and make new friends, and you realize like how much of yourself you
Like that's good, but it's all
had, number one, to learn, and then also to regain. It's like almost scary to want to like let someone in that close again. And I think that was the hesitance for me, was like letting someone get that close to me. And you need that if you're gonna fall in love and you're gonna like really get to know someone and feel close to them. Like you have to let them in.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And you have to share your time and you have to share your energy. And for me, like I feel like I become so protective of it because I don't want to experience what I've experienced before in relationships, because I was giving too much of myself away.
Literally. And like I feel you so much on, you said something about like not being ready, or knowing that you're not being ready because you realize that it was such a vulnerable thing to do. And it's so funny because when I got out of the relationship, yeah, like I grieved for a couple months, and then after the couple months I was like, oh, I'm ready, like I'm ready to date, blah, blah, blah. And then I realized very quickly that I found myself being extremely strict.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing, but the place that it was coming from, it was like unhealed. Like,
yeah, it was like I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah. So it came from a place of like
it's like
being scared.
Yeah.
And feeling like I needed to take control again as much as possible.
Yeah.
And when you're on that far end of the spectrum, that's not like it feels like empowerment, but really it feels like a prison. It feels like,
and you feel like a mom. Like, and you and I talk about that a lot too.
Yeah.
Like we've been talking about it more lately, like leaving men to figure out that what they've done is dumb or not enough on their own, instead of like explaining it to them bit by bit. Because I think on both ends, like it's not received well. I don't feel good when I have to explain to someone that the way that they're treating me is not the way that I want to be treated, and they also, it doesn't make them want to treat me better because I sit there and explain to them and nitpick and da-da-da.
that's such a hard lesson that I'm learning right now too.
But like the best response truly, and we've seen this in evidence, is silence. Like if you want a man to change, if you want him to shit, like the best thing is silence. And I think some people think that that's toxic. I think if you're in a relationship, then it becomes toxic. Like that's your partner.
Yeah.
Like you should be able to express, what is grieving you or like concerning you or whatever. But like if you're just dating someone, I don't think that you need.
You don't owe them. Yeah.
If they don't got it, they don't got it. Next.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So you feel like, I mean, I'm sure after like all this experience of dating, your next long-term relationship, like your standards and being absolute and all this other like jazz, like you feel like it's been heavily influenced by like how you've been dating so far? Or is it more like, is it coming more from like self-work and what you learn from other people as opposed to learning from them, or them learning from you, or like vice versa? Do you know what I mean?
I do. Okay, for context to the podcast people, I've been single now for 3 years. I've been dating, but I haven't been in a committed relationship in 3 years. I thought that after I did the self-work and, like I said, I got back to myself, my routines, my hobbies, and like learned more of myself now as this person who had been in a relationship for a long time and come out of it, that I would be ready to be in a relationship again. But now that I'm at that place where I feel safe with myself and confident with myself enough to share myself with somebody else, I'm realizing that, kind of to the same point as before, like I'm still a bit scared to let someone in because it's scary. It's scary to open yourself up to someone, especially when you have worked so hard to build a life for yourself that feels safe and peaceful, especially when you're a lover girl. Like literally, it's a lot. So I think as I'm dating from that intention now, because before I was kind of just like, I think having fun. Now I'm a bit more intentional. Like I know that I want to be committed. I think I'm not as ready as I thought I would be, or I thought I was, because I find myself, what's that saying? There's like a saying where it's like, everything sounds easier in theory than it does in practice. So like you can think that you're so ready and that when you are with someone else, like now that you've done all that work, like you'll be so, better at communicating and expressing yourself, but you really don't know, and you really can't work on it for real until you're in practice with it until you have another person with you in front of you.
And you're humbling. Oh, it's so humbling.
It is so humbling. Oh, our French 75 daily. That's so cute.
Yes.
I hope if you guys are drinking that you're also drinking a French.
No, actually, no, I tell them like all the time, like, y'all better have a drink with us. Ooh, it's like the little, there's the little wings in there. Okay.
You need to be with someone to truly work on certain things. You can do a lot of work by yourself, but you can't do all the work by yourself. You have to be able to do it with other people.
Yeah.
And so now, as I'm dating, it's really important for me to date people that I feel like will have grace for me, because like I'm not perfect and I change my mind and I'm still like learning how to do some things better and I'm not doing the best at them right now. And I have found that being honest with them upfront about like where you are in terms of figuring yourself out and how you want to show up in a relationship makes that a bit easier.
I will say, like, this is something I do have to keep in mind, because you know how you're saying how you feel like you're not ready because you have like a specific, I'm trying to say this, like, set of feelings that you need to feel and trust that you need to have in order to really get into the relationship. I feel like I'm so lost. Like, I don't even know. But also, like, I'm freshly single as well, so it's not like I'm expected to figure it out. But after like serially dating this entire summer,
My girl has been having
like, I've been outside. Like, it's actually so bad.
No, it's not. I've been encouraging it. So
no, it's been fun. It's been so fun. But at the same time, I thought I wanted what is glorified on social media, hot girl summer, having your fun, da, da, da. And then I realized my brain cannot operate that way when I'm like involved with someone. It's so frustrating, because in my mind, I thought that's what control and power was. But I felt powerless a lot of the times. And even in these relationships that like I set the tone, I set the rules, and like I'm abiding by the rules, and I'm like, oh, these don't feel right at all. And so we're gonna talk about this a little later, but now I'm like dating for business, which is like, the more I say it out loud, the more I'm like,
no, but I love this concept. Like, I've really been digging into it deep with Emily and like asking her questions, or like, I was actually talking to my friend about it today, and I feel like it's more like dating for benefit. I think before I was dating just off feeling, and I think women feel more than men a lot of the time, and we both date men. I know some people, like my friends who date women, I feel like have such a much more enjoyable experience dating, because they're dating someone who feels and cares and shows up as much as they do. But when you're dating men, it's like you are the one who is full of emotion and too emotional and blah blah blah, and they're the one who's more like logical and stuff. And
my idea before was that
I think like shifting from being so in that emotional space has kind of helped me to not expect more from men than I came for, if that makes sense. Because like, same as you, like, you know, like when people talk about hot girl summer, like just dating for fun or whatever, like they come into it with this expectation of, oh, I'm just gonna have a fun time, I'm just gonna enjoy it, and then feelings get involved, and then you start expecting more and demanding more and requesting more. And I feel like a lot of times the other person is kind of like, this not what I came for, like this is not what I showed up for. So I love the dating for benefit or the dating for business, because it's just a way to be upfront about what you want off the bat for yourself and for the other person, to be clear on what the relationship is for. And then if it forms into something else outside that, it can be explored. But at the end of the day, even if it is getting explored or things change on both ends, you still have like a common ground.
Exactly. You summed it up perfectly.
very nice.
Because I do genuinely, I don't really know how this sounds, but I really do enjoy connecting with men a lot. And I felt like
not everyone is like
I can't have that in friendship with men. Like, it's really hard to, because when I think that I have something really good going on friendship wise with a man, I mean, as a beautiful woman, you know, it's like, and then even though you do agree to friendship, or the man agrees to friendship, there's always that like underlying weird, like, and so I find that dating for benefits and being upfront about it and just having that term there is setting the expectation of like, we enjoy each other's company, we have a lot to learn from each other, but you know, like, we'll just, it's short term, and I think that like, so far with the one guy that I've been doing this with, it's been feeling good, but I do find myself slipping into like the little things that annoy me, and I'm like, why am I annoyed? I like, this isn't what that is.
Yeah.
And so it's just so confusing as well.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure it out, but that's something that I'm like keeping note of like.
Yeah, and we've kind of spoken about that. I think like, again, something important to remember in these dynamics is like having the benefit or the business aspect as the focus gives you something to return back to. And allows you to remember that you can date someone without expecting everything from them. Like, I think a lot of the time, like when you're dating off feeling, you can go into it kind of being like, the expectations grow. You know, the more that you like them, the more you expect them to be somebody that you can depend on and somebody that you can be emotional with and you can seek advice from and you can seek financial whatever from. Like, you expect them to be all of these different things, but I think when there's a focus on what the purpose of the relationship is, it kind of keeps you from derailing and expecting too much from someone that they never signed up for, that you don't know if they can even offer, so that you can just enjoy them. And I think sometimes our expectations get in the way of us just enjoying people. Yes. Expecting people to be everything can get in the way of you enjoying what it is that they can provide. And I do want to preface like this conversation about business and benefits, because I know, like you said, I know how it can sound, with saying that like it is important that the other person understands that that's the focus too for you, and that this is an agreement between you both, and not just like you wanting to benefit from them in like a using way. Like, it should be a mutual agreement, which I think a lot of people don't normalize because they, I don't know, don't know that it can be a thing. But there's men out there who are willing to just like help you and do that in exchange for your time and your company. Like, they want to see you grow and they want to, you know, be a part of your betterment.
Exactly. And I think that also, I mean, I think it comes from like a place of shame. I mean, not just like internally, but also, I mean, socially. I feel like, let me know if you also had this experience, but I was such an internet baby. And so I was on the internet since I was young. And there was this, like, you know how there's like this Shira 7 movement, or it just passed, and like before that, years before, there was this like hyper, super like do-it-yourself woman movement where it's like, if a girlfriend was like receiving so many benefits from her boyfriend, it was viewed as like, oh, we're regressing this. And so I feel like,
which is crazy.
I know our generation, I feel like, is still low-key recovering from that, and like still opening ourselves up to other forms of endearment and benefits in a relationship. And I feel like there's a lot of shame tied to that, and that's why a lot of women, like, they internalize it. Or like men right now, there's a male epidemic right now where like they just want to be princesses and they want to do this and they want to do that, and like, so that tied together, I feel like I understand why a lot of people they don't even think about it. They're like, oh, like that's a thing.
I agree. I think a lot of people can also be kind of bitter because they have never experienced the things that we talk about, so that we experience. So it can't be true. Or like she's XYZ or he's XYZ because she's experiencing that, and it's like, I get it. You can't relate because it's not something that's in your reality, but it is in my reality and it is in your reality. So we know that
I know how you said that. Like, yeah, actually.
That a lot of the time, like, especially being on social media and like people being able to like view you and what you do so easily. It's so important to just remember that like they don't live the same life that you live at the end of the day. And so some of the things that you say or you experience to them sound unreal or crazy or it can't be, you know. And
he was like,
and I will say that about men too, is like the men who got it will. The men who have it to offer, they will offer it freely. I will tell you, they will offer it freely. The only men that I've ever heard complain about taking care of a woman or treating a woman like a princess or helping her with her business or helping her network are the men who don't got it to give.
Yep, exactly.
The only ones. Good for those people. I'm not looking for men like that. I'm not looking to be around women like that. The women that I'm speaking to are not the women who don't believe that it's true and don't believe that they can benefit from men without, you know, like without, I don't know, whatever they think that it is that we're doing to have good experiences with men who care about us and our careers and our future.
I think in general also, like, people don't like seeing women like relaxed and happy.
Girl.
Especially men. I mean, you've pointed out yourself, like the men who do complain about this are not the men who are doing this. Never, ever, ever. And it's this thing of like feeling entitlement to a gender. And it's so weird. It's so backwards. It's like they feel entitled to even the possibility or the imagination of them having a chance with you. It's like you were never even in the same realm to begin with. And they feel so entitled to just having an opinion, and it's scary.
Like, I've had men write paragraphs in my DMs like, "You're too independent. You'll never find a man. Like, a man wants somebody who will sit." I'll show you. I will actually, no, I've showed you some of my DMs before, but I will literally go and find the ones that I'm thinking about right now.
That's it.
And they're not men who know me. They're not men like, and I barely post like me like talking on my Instagram or anything like that. It's just like pictures of what I'm doing with my life. I think for a lot of men and women, it can be threatening that a woman would like travel by herself or travel with her friends or like be able to provide herself with a life that they, number one, expect that men should be able to give or should be the only ones to provide. And then simultaneously think that women don't deserve altogether. It's like they believe that only men should be able to give that to women, and at the same time, women don't deserve it.
You just made me feel better about continuing doing what I'm doing.
Sorry, Utopia.
I get in my head a lot, and
But you were like,
I think even though I'm living in my truth and my faith, I'm dating for benefits, like I said, and it feels good. I think because I had those like thoughts of like, oh, but I feel weird that he does this and this and this. For some reason in my mind, it invalidates everything that felt good before about like what I wanted to do. And so this brought me back down to earth. It's like, it's okay to still enjoy and not over invest emotionally.
Yeah, you have to be accountable for yourself and what you like, and show up for that more so than somebody else.
Yeah,
I think that's how a lot of people end up losing themselves, is trying to cater to what they think that somebody else should be getting for all that they're giving, even though you didn't ask for all that they're giving.
Right. Yeah. So there was a really good question that a girl asked me on live, and she was like, how do you prevent yourself from catching feelings in this situation? What would you say to her?
Like business benefits?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to hear my answer first? Or
I want to hear your answer first.
So I basically told her, and I told you something very similar before, but there are patterns to things. And sometimes we're not aware of this, but there are times where we do certain things with men that lead us down that path. And it could be little things, or it could be like big gestures. And so I told her, like, with this kind of dynamic, I don't like to call them for 3 hours late at night. I don't like to discuss in depth anything outside of like what dreams and aspirations and businesses would be. I don't fantasize about our future together, because all of those things, for me at least, in my mind, it would signify us getting closer, building intimacy. You envision your life with this person, and so it becomes harder to differentiate yourself from like, this is this, to, oh, this could be my partner. There are things that would get you mentally, where you just have to not do them. And it's really hard to, because you start to care for the person and you want to be closer, but that's a really tough boundary to kind of keep on yourself. And the more you do it, the more easier it gets.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's like a marriage.
I'm such a feelings-based dater. Like, even if it is like, I feel the feeling, and then I realize that they can be my boyfriend, but I'm like, oh, but like I can still enjoy them and I can still benefit based off XYZ. I'm still dating from some aspect of feeling, so it's hard for me to not want to indulge fully. But I think something that has helped me recently is not acting based on how I feel, but how they make me feel. And I think sometimes, like, in the past, like, I've been able to treat someone based on how I feel towards them and what I see the potential to be, and how the good things go really good and how much better they could feel if like there was more depth or whatever. But lately I've just been paying more attention to what a man is giving me and asking for things to see how far he's willing to give. I'm not talking about things like monetary or physical. Like, I'm talking about like mentally, like I want to know where you're at in life, what you see for yourself in a relationship, but not with me, but just for yourself, so that I can kind of understand what it is that you're willing to give, so that I don't ever feel like in this dynamic that I'm having to convince you to want more with me or to want deeper with me or blah blah blah. I think just clarity, like seeking clarity and letting the other person tell you what they want, what they don't want, and listening. Sometimes we don't listen. Sometimes men will tell us what they want, what they don't want, or sometimes them telling you is them not answering you, like them confusing you and not giving you a clear answer. That is also a clear answer.
And then we try to fill in the blanks, and that's how it gets even more.
He hasn't said it explicitly, but he treats me X or Z way, so I can tell that no. He's either going to tell, when a man wants you, you'll know. When he wants it a certain way, you'll know. And I think it's so important to stop responding to how you feel or what you desire from them, and instead respond to what they tell you.
That is so good. Like, no, literally.
It's so simple. Like, just respond to what they're willing to give you. And again, this is why the focus of why you're dating that person is so important, so that you won't allow yourself to be convoluted with like with feelings.
Actually, and like I dealt with that so hard this summer. Like, the girls in my life, they know that I was dating this person. I initially got involved with this person for fun. I just wanted to go out, look pretty,
and
have fun, and party. But I think what I said in the beginning of like this episode is just like, I found myself wanting to be strict, wanting to place boundaries that I was so poor with not having before, just because I saw the potential in this person, and like completely forgetting what I went into this for. And I just completely disregarded my boundaries, and that was a very hard lesson for me to learn. And you're so right. That's such a good advice.
And I'll add that I think for myself, dating, especially having that first experience where you're dating somebody that you feel really close to and like you really see the potential for it to be more. I really had to take a step back and realize that like I was the magic in that. Like the experiences that I was feeling, like the height of them, how detailed they were, how like beautiful they were. Like, of course the other person contributed, but a lot of it was like me creating experiences based on how I felt, and I don't know, pushing how I felt onto the dynamic more than just like it being us creating that dynamic together.
Right. And you can always tell when it ends it was like that, because you realize that you weren't being poured into as much as you were pouring so much into them. And I think that's that distinction, like, of what you said, of like, when a man wants you, you will know. Because you feel like your cup is being poured overfilled, and you're like, oh my God, like, this is like so much like abundance and affection and this, and you're confused. That's your answer right there.
And the more you date after that first, like, oh my God, like, this feels like it could be something, the more you realize that this can be available to you in different men. And again, that you are a big part of what is making this experience feel that way. The more you date, the more you experience that. I really do encourage women to date different men and different people, different women, different men.
Absolutely.
And just experience different people, like, without the idea of like, you have to get married and we have to be in a long committed relationship and blah, blah, blah. But just like get to know people, get to know what you like and you don't like, and like what you want and what you don't want. So that when you meet with that person that maybe checks all of your boxes, you know that they're truly checking all of your boxes, because you know what your boxes are. And you know what things matter to you, and what things will make for a healthy relationship for you. Just because you have a good bond, a good connection with someone, doesn't mean that they'll be a great part of you.
You know, and also, like, I realized that I was operating from my like sense of insecurity as well, because when I got out of my previous relationship, I felt like it felt like I was never gonna find that again. That connection. I mean, that was like my first.
I think I journaled that, like, when I broke up with my ex.
And it's so, and then like you look back and you're like, oh girl, like, you don't even know, you're in for a ride, because you are the connection. That's you. You are the light. You are the sparkle that is brought into these like really great connections, and you don't even realize it when you're young, and you know, you don't really have a lot of experience with relationships. And then this is the click of like, oh, this is where self-work and dating goes hand in hand, because a lot of women, I feel like people often ask themselves like, why does this keep happening? Why does this? And then it's like an example that I just mentioned of myself. I just grasp at any connection because like, I don't know when's the next one. And when we operate from that mindset, we just tolerate a lot of things that we really shouldn't and doesn't feel right with us. And that's why I say in my lives, like, the first step to glowing up and getting your dream man is doing that self-work and like realizing what's an insecurity, what came from this, what came from this behavior, why you do this. And then everything else is going to become a lot more clear in your path. And I even sent you like that journal entry of like the dream man, whatever. And I remember I was talking about that in my live, and there was a person that was like, oh, but ladies, remember, like don't go searching for your perfect man because like you'll be too hard on these men. And I was literally like, girl, okay, actually, let's take a pause right here.
Yeah.
You should be as picky as possible.
I've never met a man who doesn't love the fact that I'm picking, or doesn't love the fact that I'm like, I know what I want. Like,
right.
No man wants some men do, but like the caliber of men that I want to date and be with do not want a woman who is passive.
Exactly. And
they want a woman with opinions and desires and standards.
Mind of their own and this and like, and I think it's us accepting, and by us I mean in general, accepting these crumbs and bare minimum of these men it's what's continuing the cycle, because it's like, yeah, there's a woman for whatever
I hate that. I'd be like, the women
actually
some of the women are you guys are making these men think that some things are accessible, and I'm sorry, because when they come to you, I'm gonna let you know that they're not acceptable. Like, those things are not acceptable, and there's no room for it. I literally sent that screenshot to you yesterday of somebody being like to me, like, literally, you're so absolute, sad face. I am very absolute. I don't know where you learned this behavior was like okay and kikiable, but it's not okay and kikiable with me.
Actually, you know what? That goes into the next segment of the podcast: roles and expectations of women and men.
We can cut things out. We've been checking. We all doing everything. Like, okay. Am I crunching too? Okay. Got it.
So, a really good example, as you can tell, I talk to Dawn a lot. I send her a lot of texts about what's going on with my life. And there was this man that I met recently in the summer, and I was kind of feeling him. And so I built up the courage, because, you know, it's good to change. It's good to challenge yourself, to send him the first DM, letting him know that, like, hey, like, when are you going to take me out, right? And he sent like a weird message. We're not even gonna address that first message that he sent me. Whatever. We exchanged numbers. And one thing about me, like, I really like it when a man, and this is one of my standards as well. Like, I love to talk on the phone. I love to hear your voice. I love to hear your tone. We laugh together. We talk so much, way more than what we could ever fit in an hour of text messaging.
Yeah, it's more intimate.
Exactly. And I told him, like, oh, like, call me next time. And this man said, oh, I totally feel you. I'll keep that in mind. I'll text you when I'm back in LA. He's like in another country. And I was like, why would you say that to me? That's insane. I didn't respond. It's been 3 days.
No, what got me about that message was not even I'll call you when I'm back in LA. He proceeded to ask her a question to continue on the conversation via text.
Did I not just say
after she already just said that she doesn't want to text, she wants to be on the phone?
Yeah.
So not only are you not going to call me until you're back in the country that you live in while you're away, now you also want me to conform to texting you after I just expressed that I don't want to text and I want to be on the phone.
And so that like brings to my point, like, I feel like some men are just, they expect women to just go along. Like, plans change, go along with it. Oh, my thoughts change, go along with it. Oh, I feel like this, go along with it.
I don't think that they just expect it. They want to see how far you will go to go along with what they want and the boundaries that they want you to cross before you'll finally put a stop. If you even get there. Someone will never even get to a point where they put a stop because they're just so happy to be in connection with somebody and have somebody's attention. And I get it. Like, I do. But at the end of the day, that attention or whatever is not worth you. It's not worth your value. It's not worth what you truly deserve. And I do think a lot of women settle. Because I think, like, a big sentiment right now, especially in places like New York where we live, is that the ratio of good women to good men. Like the amount of beautiful, smart, financially stable, career-driven, ambitious, independent women that bum-ass men have to choose from is incredulous. It's incredulous. It's crazy. No, I'm being so serious. It's crazy.
Actually, no, she's telling the truth.
It's crazy.
And you would think we're in New York City. Oh, like a plethora of no.
And even dating outside of New York City, like you like
Actually, yeah.
it's I think it's just crazy.
Yeah.
So I get why women settle when they feel like they might have something that can turn into something.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I just don't think that is worth it.
Yeah.
But the fact that you settle, the fact that you stay, they don't have a reason to change.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They don't.
It does slowly brew them into like this like internalized misogynistic women that like may see them getting all the things that they thought that they wanted. All of a sudden it's like, oh, like she's so self-centered, materialistic.
This is for social media.
And it's like, I want better for you. I want peace.
Honestly,
for
I feel
you.
like that's a big reason why I don't post my life. Like,
yeah.
if you know my life in real life, you know my life in real life. But honestly, like I'm low-key scared of evil eye. Like I think some people are really bitter, like that they don't have what they truly could have if they believe that for themselves. And it's a lot easier to hate on somebody else for having what you want than it is to embody what the person that would have what you want.
That's a concept in itself that the majority of human beings haven't even grasped. So when it comes to love and relationships, it's even more prevalent. Like it's crazy. We're gonna see if we haven't touched on a topic. This is a great conversation.
We're yappers.
Exactly. We are yappers.
I literally, when I was at home, I was like, I'm looking excited to yap because we do this on the daily.
Actually,
but like for other people to just like hear in on it and maybe like learn something because we learn so much from each other. Like
yes.
Like for real. So it's nice to hope and to think that other people will be able to enjoy and learn.
Yes.
And shift based on the things that we have to say and share.
So what are your non-negotiables and your standards in depth? Give me the whole list. And what are the flaws that you will accept?
This sounds so superficial, and it is. You know what? I'll admit, it's superficial. One of the ones that I told you recently is, as I get older, the less I care about like physical things. Guys, I have not dated somebody who is under 6 foot. I'm 5'3", 5'4" for reference. And I have never in my life like casually dated somebody who's under 6 foot. And recently, I've been willing to give that up. She was shocked, but I think
actually, I remember being in Paris and like you saying
literally
that,
a couple months ago. I was saying that was like my number one. Like I don't play. That is the first thing I noticed about
literally
men.
She was like, I don't look at a man. Listen, the height is the number one thing. And now, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts now?
I don't know if they've changed because you know what happened in the past few days with the one under 6 man that I've given a chance in this lifetime. Okay, let me preface by saying the 6 foot thing is just like,
yeah, explain. Let us know.
Explain yourself. It just fits for me, guys. Like I don't know what to say. Like it just matches. Like
I get it though. No, but also, I mean, it's like a sense of like, you're a protector, you're so tall, you could fling me around, you could carry me whenever
I think also like I have found that a lot of short men, a lot of short men tend to overcompensate because they know that they're short. Or because maybe they see themselves as unattractive or like they see it as an insecurity. I feel like I've encountered a lot of men who try to overcompensate, and I like a really chill guy. Like the type of man that I date he's not nonchalant, but he's definitely very chill. He's definitely very confident. And I have found that more easily with men who are 6 foot. Like I can most times look at a man who is over 6 foot and know that he has like a calm, collected, confident demeanor that is not going to come over and be trying to overcompensate with me because blah, blah, blah. And that's just easier for me to deal with. Like I'm very picky. Like I don't give men time of day. You are the easier things that I can knock out of the way before I get to like talking and getting to know. I'm looking for all of them.
Period. Okay, what else? Height?
Okay, wait, so are we talking about non-negotiables right now?
Yeah, like, yeah, your non-negotiables, the standards that you are not going to budge on, like that you've learned over the time of your experience dating, where you're like, this is a hard no, like you need to pass this or you will not get further with me.
Hard no is that you need to be making a certain amount of money.
Period.
I won't say what certain amount of money.
I agree.
But I will say,
real.
I will say that I will know that you are making that certain amount of money. I make a certain amount of money. I spend a certain amount of money on myself. So to put myself in a situation where I'm going to have to make myself like seem like I'm not such a big spender, such a big money maker to like make a man feel big, or like I'm gonna have to feel like I can't ask my man for stuff or expect things from him, expect certain provision for him because he don't got it. Unless we're already in a relationship and you go broke, I don't have any reason to be building a relationship with somebody who needs to be focusing on their back. Sorry. And I think like a lot of women are scared to say that because men will be on the internet dragging them. Anything he gives me in addition to that is a bonus. And it's because he can do it and because he cares enough to do it. Generosity is something that it's a non-negotiable.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, like, even though I dated a guy that had a lot of money.
Yeah.
There was no sense of generosity. And it felt just like being in a relationship with a poor man. And I was like, this is like, it blew my mind. I was like, oh, this is crazy. Like, I thought what I wanted was a man that had like wealth and money, but I think what I'm looking for specifically is like generosity. You want to share, you want to spoil, you know?
And I'm traditional but non-traditional, and I think that like I expect like I was talking about earlier, I think that women are more emotional and men are more logical. So I do find it easier for men to spoil in a more logical, materialistic, physical way, and for women to spoil in a more like nurturing way. Women cook more and they take care of you more, and like they show you that they care in different ways. For me, if I think a man really loves me and cares about me, he will show me in spoiling me in certain ways. And that's just like, it's what I like.
Period.
It's what I'm used to and it's what I want. So generosity and money, non-negotiables, kindness. Like,
okay, well, that's a bare minimum. We're not going to include bare minimums.
No.
If a man isn't kind,
he has no business. There's a difference between being nice and being kind.
Okay. You don't think kindness is a bare minimum?
I think it should be. Do I think it is?
No. Okay.
I really, honestly, truly don't. I don't think it is a bare minimum for most people. And it's something that I do pay attention to with the men that I'm dating. How do you treat other people when we're out? How do you treat my friends when we're out? Like, there was one guy that I dated that really changed my perception of how men that I'm dating should even be treating my friends. How they should be like every time we would go out, like, number one, he would ask me like, oh, do you want to like bring a friend, or like just not because I needed to, but just to have like someone there or whatever. And at no point in that process would he ever not make sure that my friend had a ride to wherever we were going, that he had a ride back. Sometimes we would be all in the same car and drop my friend or friends off at their places before we went back, or he dropped me off or whatever. Like, there was just a certain level of like making sure that my friends were good as much as making sure that I was good. That to me read as like, you truly care about me in the people in my life. Because you care about me. I want to be a wife. Like, I want to be with somebody that I feel like will be a good father and will be cognizant of people that don't necessarily benefit them. Like, I can understand that I benefit a man as like his girl or whatever, but like, my friends don't really have much benefit to you, but the fact that you still care about them. My family may not have much benefit to you, but the fact that you care about them and you expand your kindness and your care to them, like, is meaningful to me in like a really important way. I think because I'm the same. I want to be able to have a good relationship with your family and with your friends, and like I will care about them like I care about people that I care about, because you care about them.
That's such a good point. I guess the reason why I react that way is because whenever I say my standards on TikTok Live, you will not believe the comments. They're like, what about hygiene? what about this? What about having a job? And I'm like, girl, these are, you will not even approach me if you don't have any of these things. So to me, like, kindness is like a no-brainer. Like, you need to be kind. Like, that's humanity in itself. Like,
but there's a difference between being kind to you, because also there are a lot of men who will be kind to you up until they're upset with you, up until you piss them off. All of a sudden, it's a whole different story, a whole different person. Like, they're ghosting you, like they're like ignoring you, like making you feel bad, making you a little shitty, like picking arguments because they're upset. And it's like, I think knowing how you are in a general sense when you're not in love with somebody, when you're not attracted to them, like that's so important. That's what I mean by kindness.
My standards, the list is so extensive.
But it's also changed so much, like in the past couple months, which is like important to say.
No, absolutely.
We are changing girls. Like, we are learning and growing.
Financial provision, just like you said. Good idea with money, good with saving, good with investing. That is so important to me, especially I grew up in a very financially chaotic household, and I took that and I was like, yeah, I'm going to educate myself. And I know so much about finance, and I expect the man that I'm with, regardless of how much money he has, to also have that understanding as a baseline. Also for me, which was a hot topic on my live, I value devotion over loyalty.
Okay. What do we mean there?
When I say loyalty, right? Now, again, I don't include the bare minimums.
Okay.
Bare minimum, you don't cheat on me. That's bare minimum.
Okay. Glad we got that out the way.
Yes. No. I don't mean like a breach of trust. What I mean by loyalty is like, you know, speaking good of my name in rooms that I'm not in. You know, when you think of loyalty, you think of like, okay, like I'm gonna stick by this person no matter what, right or wrong.
Yeah.
I'm going to you know, fully cheer for this person. But I value devotion way more than that. Like,
and what is devotion to you?
Like, think the Addams family, the husband and the wife. Mm-hmm. They would die for each other. They breathe and live for them. Mm-hmm. There's a sort of like undying love when it comes to it. Like, you are my person. Like, I will do anything for you. That's how I love. And that's the type of love language or type of attraction that I require for myself.
Absolutely.
You need to be devoted to me.
Yeah.
Like, I would move thousands of miles for my significant other. I want them to feel the need to do the same for me. Like, there's a sense of like, my soul is tied to you. That's how deeply I want that person to be with me. And that's why devotion is really up there. Some people don't love that way, and that's okay. But I require that type of love when it comes to like, okay, we're going to do this. Yeah. You need to be devoted to me.
Yeah.
Because I had that experience of me being devoted to someone and that wasn't reciprocated. And I thought that was okay, because everyone loves differently, but that's how you feel the most appreciated in yourself, and your soul feels like fulfilled and ignited. And I don't want anything less than that.
I think especially because like we're intense people.
Yeah.
Like, we feel and we love intensely and so intentionally that.
Yes.
I would say that so many of my non-negotiables, like talking about now and hearing it now from you, are things that I know that are natural to me that I just want reciprocated. Like, I just want reciprocated back to me, because it's so easy for me to give it and do it.
I don't participate. Not that I don't believe it, but I don't participate in the whole like, he's chill, I'm crazy, he's this, I'm
Black
this.
cat, golden retriever.
It's like, no. We're either both gonna love the same way, or it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Another thing that's really high on my list is a sense of individuality, but a little bit more extreme than what others, and I think I told you this before, but like wanting to have separate living spaces and situations, which is so crazy because it's like, I just talked about devotion, but I think that for me and my mind, I am my healthiest self when I have my own space, when I have my own apartment, when I have my own whatever, my own everything. And where we come together is not in our living space, but more just us in the connection. And that's really tough to find, or from what I've talked to other people about with, like, whenever I tell people, they're like, what the hell? This is so weird.
That's how people are when I tell them that, like, I seek long distance relationships. I do not want to date somebody who lives in the same city.
Yeah.
Like, say, like, I'm looking for space.
Yeah, and also like, I mean, it's so cliche, but like time to miss them. But it's more than, it's deeper than just time to miss you. It's like I get to like be more into myself, be more into my thoughts, and then it's like I have now that I've digested myself, I can create more space for you.
Yeah, and we can be intentional with the time. I think so many couples like start to dislike each other or grow apart because they just get used to having each other in their space all the time. And like it just becomes like, I'm an ADHD girly. Object permanence, if you're in the way, like you just become like part of the space. If things are a mess or like you just become the part of it.
That,
you don't.
That's a good way to put it, because that's exactly how I feel.
And I need to, like you said, kind of miss you and be away from you and still know that you're there, but like look forward to seeing you and spending time with you, but with time that I'm dedicating to you and that I'm not having to take away from myself and my routines. I was telling you, like, this guy was trying to like come to New York to come and see me, or like he was trying to fly me out to where he lives so that I can come and see him. And I was like, honestly, I prefer to go to where he lives, because if you come here, I'm gonna feel so
like you're on top of
like I can't do the things that I need to be doing, and I have things that I need to be doing, and you're here and you're on me, and like I need to be able to tend to my own self and then have separate time to tend to you and separate environment to tend to you, which is why I kind of get the room thing for you, is like you need a different environment that says this is for me, this is for him. And I think a lot of people don't get it because they're not as passionate and maybe don't get as like into love and the person that they love as we do, that they think it's like
yes. Oh my god, that goes into,
I can literally get consumed by the person that I love, and I can admit that. And because I can admit that, I need to put parameters so that I don't do that, so that I don't become consumed with the person that I love so much that I'm not loving on myself the way that I deserve.
And that ties so much into like the history of love and marriage, and like how we associate closeness and environment with the love that they have for each other. Like, oh, he cheats, but he comes home every night. Oh, but like he does this and he's here every night, and he's this and he's this and he's this. And it's like, and I think we associate a lot of that in like proximity as opposed to like what you actually have. I don't know. I know it's, I don't know if unorthodox is the right word, but I've been looking a lot into like a cohabitation in separate spaces. And there are times when if you dormed in college and you were like, oh, it's been a long day, I have to go in my room and my roommate is there. And like, it's nothing against your roommate. It's just like, it's just the mental space that day. And I feel like I feel that way a lot. And I felt that way a lot in my previous relationship. And like, I just know that like I would be in a more healthier space if we had separate spaces to just breathe. If it's on the same block, same apartment building, I don't care. But just like a space where I can just like.
And the thing with the non-negotiables is like a man that truly loves you and wants to be with you will not care what those non-negotiables are. He will show up in and for them.
Right.
For you, because he loves you and he wants to be with you, and nothing is too much, or you know. And not to say that they won't have their own non-negotiables and things that they want and blah blah blah, but I think that they will definitely be willing to cater and maybe even sacrifice so that you can be together in a way that's comfortable for you. And who knows, you could start off that way and change your mind. And this is something we've been talking about a lot too, is like it's okay to change your mind.
Right.
It's okay to have non-negotiables now and then meet somebody or just grow as a person and change your mind about what it is that you want.
Exactly. Of course, I'm so open to that too, because life is fluid. You are fluid.
Literally.
Like, your mind is going to change and grow and develop.
And you really won't know until, I think it's so important to be sure of things.
Yeah.
And to try things with an absolute heart so that you could absolutely know if it's something that you absolutely want or you absolutely don't want, or like, you don't know if you want to try something else. If you're always teetering the line and you're always on the edge, you never truly know. And it makes it hard for other people to know you and love you the way that you want, because you don't really know.
Exactly. And tell me what what the flaws that you are going to accept. If you want me to start, I can start. If we need time for something.
I started last.
Okay. Perfectionism is something I can tolerate. Absolutely. Perfectionism is something that,
like, in his whole life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just who he is, like who he is as a person. I think that's something that I can tolerate. I can work around. Obviously, he needs to be somebody that's considerate. So I don't think you can work perfectionism out of someone. But I value structure. I need it for my messy mind and thoughts. And I think that being around perfectionists give me a sense of inspiration and some sort of like push to like, okay, yeah, I should be doing this, should be doing this. Not really like directed at me, just more like seeing how they are in their own life.
Yeah.
And so it can get really annoying, really overwhelming quick. But I think that's a flaw that I can work around.
Okay.
You're like, that's kind of crazy, but okay.
I think because for myself, I associate perfectionism also a lot of the time with being picky, and I know I'm a picky person. So to be with someone else who is also really picky, like I think I tend to prefer to date men who are a bit more. I want to go to this restaurant. I want to go to this place for vacation. I want this house. I want to eat this for dinner.
Yeah.
I want to go here. Like, I think, that's how I'm picky. But I think perfectionists, like, they also just have a curated idea of what they want and they're set on it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, I know that I can have a curated idea of what I want and I'm set on it. And I enjoy dating men who are a little more lax because it gives me more room to choose. That's something I've had to work on and like decide to do, like choosing, because it's so easy to let somebody else decide for you.
Yeah.
And being with somebody who is a perfectionist, you kind of bump heads.
I get that.
Yeah.
I'm also really picky, but I realized that my pickiness was from trauma and not because of who I am.
Yeah.
That was a hard pill to swallow in therapy. I was like, oh, okay. So like a lot of the things, like I felt like growing up, a lot of what happened to me was so out of my control.
Yes.
Like to the point where I developed maladaptive daydream to escape my reality, literally. And so I grew up in my early adulthood and being like, oh, like I'm such a perfection, like I do that. And then, but it's such a adrenaline response that when I'm around a man who just like takes, I plan this. No, this is the right way because
I do love that.
It feels so nice and like, so just like, oh, I can like kind of take a breath out.
Break.
But it's different when it's like you're coming from a place of like, no, like I feel autonomy when I like take charge of things. But for me, it's just more like I'm realizing it's not who I am genuinely. It's more just like what I thought I needed to do.
I love when a man takes initiative. Again, like we said earlier, I love not having to tell a man what to do or like how to treat me or how to show up for me. And like he does it just because that's the way he is.
Yeah.
And that's what he wants to do.
Right.
And it feels so much different than, you know, telling a man, oh, I love flowers. Oh, I love when you plan dates.
Right.
You know?
I also value perfectionism in their work. I find that,
and that was one of the things I was thinking about. As far as I will accept is being dedicated to your work. I will accept in, like, I will be there. I will come. I've done it. Like,
and that's what I mean by feeling inspired by it. Like just seeing how they apply it in their life and like.
That is so sexy to me, seeing a man at work. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Wow. Or just doing something he's passionate about. Like,
right. Ambition overload. When a man is very encompassed in his work.
Like, I love to see a man passionate about something. And it kind of creates that space of individuality, as you said, of like, you have your own thing going. You are your own person. Like, and you understand that I'm my own person and there are things that I'm passionate about. Like, I spend hours and hours in the studio and I need to be with somebody who understands that, like, I'm not gonna drop what I'm doing because you want to see me or like, and I want to be with somebody who feels the same way. As long as, again, as you make time for me and you uphold certain things to make sure that we're nurturing what we have.
Exactly.
I'm cheering you on. Like, I'm all for you.
Exactly.
Loving what you do and showing up for that in a really devoted way and showing up for yourself in a really devoted way.
Exactly.
Like that was the only flaw that popped up in my mind when you said the question. I mean, I'm sure I could think of more, but like that was like number one. I can accept if you are too ambitious.
Yes, exactly. Okay, this was a little controlled jealousy. That's
control
a
jealousy.
So, like, let's say I get a lot of attention from men when we're outside. They feel jealousy, but it's not like it's controlled in the sense of like they're not gonna act out on it, lash out on it. You know, it's just like it's evident. It's apparent in their body language, and they like to tease about it a little bit, talk about it a little bit. I don't mind that at all. Or, you know, like, let's say I'm wearing an outfit and they're like, oh wow, like you look so good, but like controlled in the sense of like they fully support where I'm going, how I look, whatever, because they understand it's my life, but there's jealousy there in terms of like your mind.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, it ties a little bit into devotion a little bit.
Like
but
kind of like possessiveness more than jealousy. Okay.
Yeah, so that's a flaw
I like that.
I would accept.
Jealousy I can't do. I've dated men, like boyfriend dated men who like were like jealous of my guy friends. And I'm like, bro, like if I wanted to be with them niggas, I would do it.
See, but that's not controlled jealousy. That's me making up words.
Yeah.
As I said that, I'm like, let me
Control jealousy, please. At the end of the day, jealousy is jealousy, right? No matter how you relate it to me,
well, yeah,
it's jealousy.
yeah.
But possessiveness, I like that. I want you to claim me as yours. Like I could never date a man who like doesn't want me to take a picture of him or doesn't want to like post me or not. I don't want a man to post me. Whoa. No, because that is dating men embarrassing Substack.
Anyway. Right on the nose. Right. Exactly.
Dating men, like, I don't need you to post me. Like, I'll post a man when, like, we're really locked in.
Right.
But I love, like, possessiveness is cool. Like, I'm possessive. Like, I want, when we're out, like, my favorite type of men to date are the men when we're out, like, anywhere we're walking, like, he's holding my hand and, like, leading me through. Like, number one, letting other people know, like, she's mine. Like, she's with me. But also making sure that I know that, like, I got you. Like, you don't need to, like, worry about the space or like how you fit into it. And this is not ownership. Possessiveness is not ownership. That's a flaw that I cannot accept. Ownership is crazy.
Right. And I think that was it for flaws for me. Oh, flaws that I won't handle. I'm gonna list them out. Emotional avoidance, financial passivity. People are just like whatever about their finances. You know, like that 50-50 thing. And like, no, I'm not doing that. Indecisiveness. No. That's such an easy. I think that's like the number one.
I ask men, I'm like, do you think you're indecisive? Like, I want to know what you think.
Turn off. What gets me going is power and assertiveness. When you're indecisive about everything, you're like, even more so me. No, I'm sorry. I'm like, I've checked out.
Yeah.
Envy or competition with me. I'm sorry. Like what? Like what is this? Oh my gosh. And I
feel like some men can't control it.
It comes out in the most creative ways. In the most like you think that you know where that comes from, then you meet another man and it comes from a whole different pocket of like, I thought you were this and you're feeling this. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Like they could have it all, and still because they're dating you, they feel like, oh my god, I can't. And messy emotional management. You need to have a good grip on your demons and your past and your emotions and where things come from.
Yeah.
Because then I tend to fall into the role of therapist and I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
So.
Those are all so valid. Flaws that I can't accept.
Yeah.
You can't be passive. Like, not that I want to argue, but if I am bringing up something like with a lot of passion and expression, like you need to be able to, you don't need to give it back to me the way that I'm giving it to you, but I don't want you to just be like, okay, I'm sorry.
That would send me into a spiral.
I'm sorry, I will die. Like,
because you're not retaining what I'm telling you. You're not
even, because a lot of times I'm expressing what I'm feeling, blah, blah, blah. It's not because I need you to say that you're sorry. I want you to hear me and I want to know that you hear me. I can't do that.
No.
Especially not for a lifetime. Like,
no,
I'm
that's
sorry.
Crazy.
I won't be accepting that flaw. Another one is insecurity. I don't care where it comes from. Image, money, whatever. If you have insecurity, I honestly, truly do think that that's something that you need to work through on your own.
You shouldn't be dating, period.
And I be saying that.
Yeah.
To them.
Right.
We don't need to be doing whatever it is that we're doing until you are secure in yourself. Because everything that I do, everything that I think, say, is gonna be an attack on your insecurity, and it's just actually not.
Right.
And I don't have the capacity to deal with you trying to make me your monster because you won't face the monster within yourself. Oh, sorry. No passion. If you don't have any hobbies, you don't have anything that you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Even if it's reading, even if it's going on a walk daily, like, I don't care what it is. If there's nothing that you enjoy doing other than, even if it's like, you're not allowed to be with me and the only thing that you care about is making money.
Right.
It's not allowed.
Yeah.
Like, that is so, number one, boring to me.
Yeah, the soul is so empty.
But also, like, the type of person that I am, the type of joy that I can bring into somebody's life, like, you're not about to make me your source of joy and excitement because you don't know yourself and you don't care to get to know yourself or try new things or do new things or do things on your own. Mm-hmm. I do things on my own. I have things that I will strictly only ever do on my own.
Yeah.
And are not for other people's invitation. And if you don't have that same sort of practice, you will, number one, feel probably abandoned by me at times, but also feel like I owe you entertainment.
Yeah.
And I owe you excitement. And this is something you said to me the other day, is like, a man was like to you, like, you were just like having a day. Like, sometimes you just have a fucking day. And he was like, oh, you're not being yourself right now.
When I tell you I had an out of body experience, I was like, wait, is this real life?
I'm literally uncomfortable right now.
Like, what?
You need to understand and have an internal perspective that people can be a multitude of different things. Mm-hmm. You need to be a multitude of different things in order to understand that about me. And people who only do the same thing every day and they don't have any hobbies, like, I'm sorry, you just don't get it.
Yeah.
You just don't get it. You don't get the range of emotion and experience that you can have in this life. And that's so far I won't be accepting. Yeah, if I don't like your friends, I'm sorry.
You are the company you keep. I mean, there's a reason why they keep them. I feel like people, I mean, in a sense, they cling to time sensitive friendships, right? Like, oh, we've known each other for so long. It's deeper than that, though. Oh, 100%.
And I think for men, it's so much easier because they don't care about, like, a lot of the time, men don't be talking. Like, they're not in the friendship to talk and to grow and to, like, help each other. They're just in it so that they can hang out and bullshit and like,
but then that also tells you, like, there is no sense of a strong self in their body at all.
Exactly. So if I don't like your friends, if I don't like your friendship, I can't accept that flaw.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry. This is the last one I'll say. I'm not dating a mama's boy. I'm sorry. That's not a flaw that I will accept.
I almost married one.
And I've dated men without dads, like, that didn't have a father present in their life. But I will not date one who is a mama's boy. Yeah. Like, your mom dictates your life and she has a say and she thinks she could tell me what to do, let alone tell you what to do and how to do it and blah, blah, blah. I'm not interested in that. I'm so sorry.
That's so emasculating as well. And, like, it just shows that, like, there's no sense of control over your own life. And it's like,
you're also probably going to be looking for a mommy and me. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to be a mommy until I have kids. Yeah. From my womb.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Oh my God, what a chat session. God, this was so good.
Yeah.
This is like our usual, like, girl night,
literally,
dinner conversations. Like, we just get super into it.
Yeah.
I would say, like, what's like the biggest lesson so far that you've taken from everything that you just spoke about, dating experience, reflection, that you learned about yourself?
Just be easy with yourself. Like, I think it's so much easier to criticize yourself for the choices you make in dating and the things that you accept, or the things that, like, for me recently, like, the things that I have let go of because I was being too stern or being like, I didn't know enough about myself and what I truly wanted to enjoy what I had in front of me. So I've really been focusing on being easy with myself and having grace for myself, that I'm learning this is all a process. Like, I'm not like some master dater and, like, I haven't dated all the men in the world. I don't want to. Like, I want to be with somebody that I truly love and truly loves me. But I think that maybe takes a couple tries to encounter, but also takes a lot of getting to know yourself to be able to accept.
Yeah.
What about you?
I guess so far in my 1 year of dating,
oh my gosh, 1 year.
I know, 1 year of dating for the first time in my 20s. I would say like that I'm worthy of my standards. I was afraid of being too picky, of being unlovable, or like I was ridiculed a lot from my ex about the things that I desired. And it was such small, bare minimum things of like, take me out on a date,
Girl.
do this, do that. And so operating from a life like that to now coming into a place where it's like, I can demand all these, like, this is something that should be given to me because I deserve it.
Yeah.
I think that that's the lesson that I'm learning right now of just like, be as picky, as strict, as absolute. I love that word so much. Absolute. Like just being so fully confident in myself and my choices that like, yeah, whoever wants to step up to the plate will.
And whoever doesn't want it.
Exactly. And it's not a loss. And I used to think it's a loss, but it's not. So
absolutely isn't.
Yeah. But yeah, this is such a cute episode. Like I love this laid back casual vibe a lot more than like the standard structure that I do my podcast. But this was so nice having you. Thank you for being here.
I'm so happy you asked me to be here.
And yeah, so stay tuned for more episodes and I'll see you when the next time I feel more productive, whatever time that is. Bye.